Pennsylvania Files. In 1856, two little boys walked into the Pennsylvania woods and vanished. 1,000 people searched for 2 weeks and found nothing. Then a farmer 13 miles away dreamed exactly where they were.
Kids wander into the woods. It's sad, but it happens. So, where's the actual mystery here?
It's April 1856, Spruce Hollow, near the village of Pavia in Bedford County. A log cabin sits at the foot of Blue Knob, the highest peak in the county. Two brothers live there. George Cox is 7, Joseph is 5. One afternoon, while their father Samuel is off in the woods, the boys just wander away. Word spreads fast. Within a day, nearly 1,000 people are combing the mountains. Some came from 50 miles away. At night, they light bonfires in the forests, hoping the glow will draw the boys out. They drag Bob's Creek, swollen with spring snowmelt. Nothing. 2 weeks pass, hundreds of searchers, and not a single trace. Here's why. Everyone assumed the creek was a wall, too swollen for two small boys to cross. But they had crossed it, on a fallen beech tree, like a bridge. They were on the far side the whole time, outside the search.
Let me guess. 2 weeks, no bodies, so the whole town decides the parents did it. Because of course they did.
Allegedly, yeah. As the days dragged on, some folks started whispering that Samuel and Susanna had done something to them. It was never proven, just grief looking for someone to blame. They even brought in a dowser and a fortune teller to divine where the boys were. Neither found a thing. 13 miles away, near Claysburg, a farmer named Jacob Dybert has a dream. He's walking a path in the woods. He passes a dead deer, then a child's shoe lying in the leaves, then a fallen birch tree. And in a little ravine, under the birches, he finds the bodies of 2 boys. Then he wakes up. The next night, the exact same dream, and the night after that.
Wait. The same dream. 3 nights in a row. A deer, a shoe, a birch tree. And you're telling me it was all really there?
At first, he only tells his wife he thinks he's losing his mind. But the dream won't let go. So he describes it to his brother-in-law, Harrison Wysong. And Wysong goes pale because he recognizes the place. The next morning, the two of them walk into those woods. They pass the dead deer, they pass the child's shoe, they pass the fallen birch. Every landmark exactly as dreamed. And in the ravine, they find George and Joseph. They'd crossed that creek, gotten lost, and the cold spring nights caught up with them. They died of exposure and hunger. The two of them were found curled up together in the roots of a birch. The story goes the older boy died holding his little brother.
What are things working like? I don't have a joke for that one. 7 and 5. Yeah, I've got nothing.
And here's the part that gives the story its chill. The doctors who examined the boys reportedly figured they died about 3 days before they were found, which would put their last night right around the night Jacob Dybert had his very first dream. 50 years later, people made sure no one would forget. In 1906, they raised a marble monument right where the boys were found. It's carved with their names, their ages, and the 2 men whose dream led them there. The brothers rest nearby, at Mount Union Cemetery. Local lore says vandals kept toppling the stone, so now it stands protected inside an iron cage. There's no photograph of George and Joseph. In 1856, out on a mountain farm, nobody ever took one. We'll never know their faces. But we know 1,000 strangers went looking. We know a farmer dreamed 'em home. And we know a white stone still stands in those woods, so the boys who were lost stay found.
You know, I walked in here ready to call this a sad little accident. But a man dreams 2 boys out of the dark, 3 nights running, down to the shoe in the leaves? I hope it's true. I really hope it's true.
The truth is out there. Stay tuned.